Hello and welcome to HD Movie Talk. I'm your host, Dean's Beans, and our other host, as always, is my good friend, my podcast co-host, and world-famous TikTok phenomenon, Fluffy Duffy, aka Harlan.
It would have been really funny if you said like a different TikToker, and then you were like, "My bad."
And then I
Oops,
just let
got
then I let
confused.
them out of the waiting room, and then I kick
Oh
you from
yeah,
the
then
Zoom
you kicked
meeting.
me out. Yeah, you get jumpers and British accents in here, and his Holmes and Watson loving.
We were
brain.
just talking about that, and it was all bad things. If you're listening, Tom, that's a joke. We appreciate you. Okay.
Yes, very much so. Besides the fact that you like that movie.
Yeah, that we will ignore that. We're doing something a bit different today, just to kind of line our podcasts up so we're talking about Shang-Chi at the right time. We thought we'd try something new and we'd answer your guys' questions and do a Q&A sesh.
Oh yeah, we got some brilliant questions lined up, as Dean likes to say.
Do I say that? Have I ever said that?
Well, no, brilliant.
Do I say brilliant a lot? I've never.
No, but I mean, you just like you as a culture use it a lot more than us.
Brilliant. Okay. Brilliant. That's a Doctor Who thing, I think. I don't know.
Is it?
I don't think it is.
Wasn't Doctor Who like your culture?
I watch a lot of Doctor Who. I'm not joking.
Oh, I know
I'm a
you
big Whovian, is what you'd call a Doctor Who fan.
do.
Okay, do you want to? Harlan is the question keeper. He has collected all your questions. If your question's not included, that's because he definitely read it and he thought this is a terrible question. And I refuse to ask it. No, it's not. We can't answer every question, can we?
No. But if we'll get to as many as we can.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
In like a short amount of time. We're not going to be here for hours or anything.
And also, if I mess up saying your name,
it's your own fault.
You heard him.
I don't know why I've started this with such like a
yeah, you have a lot of angst over there.
Yeah, okay, I'm just going to calm down and be nice to our listeners. Thank you for listening.
Okay, so I'll boot it up. I'll start it off so you can stop
go ahead.
being so rude. Asked by Eliezer Dansker.
Let's go with
I don't know. How do you come up with new ideas? Because there can't always be different movies to talk about.
I feel like this one's more directed at you because you choose a different movie every day.
This is true.
So there are different movies to talk about every day.
But I feel like you also have, instead of like, you find different things about movies to talk about.
I just get, number one, I always have ranking videos I did. Like I've got like 5 that I could start, but like I only do one ranking thing at a time because I don't want to overwhelm people with parts of everything. But it's just really what I spend a lot of time thinking about it, to be honest. I'll just be in bed and I'll go, oh, I can make a TikTok about that tomorrow. I can make a TikTok about that tomorrow. Or I'll see someone else's TikTok and I'll be like, that's a good idea. I'm going to stitch this or whatever. And that's kind of how I roll.
See, for me in the beginning, it was a lot easier because I was kind of be able to do like, all right, I'll do an MCU movie every other day, and then I'll do a regular movie every other day. But I mean, 46 days went by, and I'm like, I'm all out of Marvel movies. And then, well, actually, no, that's wrong. It started out, I just did fun facts about every Blu-ray I had.
Yeah.
And then I finished my Blu-rays, and I'm like, all right, I'll do Marvel movies and then movies that people comment. Yeah. And now it's just, wait, what are you going to say?
I was going to say, have you watched every movie you've done fun facts about?
Here's the thing. In the beginning, I was like, I can do whatever movie. I mean, it's just fun facts.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I did a couple about movies I haven't seen, and they just came off as really like ingenuine. And I obviously didn't know what characters I was talking about, and they didn't do well.
Can you reveal any of those movies now? Live on air, not live.
For Talladega Nights, I did one for that, and I haven't ever seen that movie. Well, a lot of people commented about it, so I'm like, I might as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's another one, but I can't remember.
Have you ever watched a movie just to do fun facts about it?
No, I haven't.
That's fair enough. I wouldn't.
Because it's kind of a thing of like, me see things coming, and I'm like, I haven't seen that movie. What other one can I do? And I kind of forget about it. And
honestly, I don't know how you do it. I was thinking about this today. Like, I don't think I'd be able to handle if literally every video I ever post, it's just all the comments are, do this movie.
it is a little frustrating, and I feel so terrible because I kind of forget to like respond.
Yeah.
And like say like I can't say like no, and then if they get to day like 13 or like 25, and I can't be like no. It's like I kind of feel terrible about it. And then there's the ones that ask for movies that I've already done.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem, because then there was this one guy who asked for what did he ask for? He asked for Edgar Wright, Scott Pilgrim. He asked for Scott Pilgrim for like 17 days. And that was like one of my first fun fact videos. So I followed him and I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I already did this. And I sent him the video.
I have the one I get is maybe just because I'm British, but I have had like maybe like half a dozen people comment, hey, can you rank all the Harry Potter movies? And I'm like, I did that in my first like week on TikTok. And then a few times I've scrolled down and I've tagged the person in the video, but other times I've seen it and I've just been like, gonna let that slide.
Oh, tagging the person in the video. That's a good idea. Instead of following them. But now my video process is basically like when I wake up, I have no idea what I'm going to do that day. And I just scramble and I'm like, what are people commenting? And if I can't find anything there, I kind of just go on TikTok and wait for like something to pop up. Like today, I'm going to do like Batman versus Superman because you posted a video about Batman v Superman.
I've made a couple videos that I still haven't posted. This is what I was about to say. It's different for me because sometimes I will have like, I don't know what I'm going to post tomorrow. And then I'll decide like in the morning or as I'm just lying in bed at night, because that's how interesting my life is. But like right now, I've had so many ideas and I will make these TikToks that I now have like a surplus of TikToks to post because I don't want to post them all at once. So now I have like more TikToks than I need.
See, like I kind of get blocked up. Like I can't. When I wake up, the only thing I'm focusing about is like, okay, what fun fact video can I do today? And I'm like, okay, hopefully this movie has interesting facts, because sometimes there are some actors in some movies that are so boring.
Have you ever like not done one after looking into it?
Yes, Grant Gustin. And The Flash and Grant Gustin is just probably my most requested one out of like all my comments. And both of them, I've sat down for like 30 minutes for each one, trying to be like, okay, because sometimes you really gotta dig and like not twist stories, but like say it in a way to make them more interesting.
Yeah.
But I couldn't.
Okay. Okay.
Grant Gustin, man, he's one boring dude. All right. So should we move on to the next question?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. This one, it might be a little bit. Let's go. Asked by @Shay the Film Kid 2. What are your top 5 MCU movies ever?
See, I like this question for the simple reason that I can't choose a favorite. So I think this like allows me to, so I'm writing a list right now of ones I really like, and I'm like trying to narrow it down, and I've got 6 at the moment, and I don't know which one to get rid of.
Well, let's okay. What are your 6?
My 6 are Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Infinity War.
Okay.
Iron Man.
Okay.
Ragnarok.
Okay.
The first Avengers movie.
Okay.
And Black Panther. And now I've said them out loud, I think it's Black Panther that is my least favorite out of the 6.
Really?
Or Avengers 1.
I would have kicked out Avengers 1.
Avengers 1 or Black Panther would be, but my top 4 would be Guardians of the Galaxy, Infinity War, Iron Man, Ragnarok. See,
for me, I'm going to have to go.
I'll drop Avengers 1, it's got too much Joss Whedon in there. That's my top 5. Guardians of the Galaxy,
Anyways.
Infinity War, Iron Man, Ragnarok, Black Panther. That's my answer.
See, okay, that's a good answer. For me, I'm gonna have to go Ragnarok, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Civil War.
Oh, that's a good choice.
I love Civil War.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 3. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I don't know what to put for number 5.
Not like. So what have you said? Guardians of the Galaxy, Civil War, Winter Soldier,
Infinity War, I guess.
Infinity War, yeah.
But that's like a 5-way tie with everything.
Ours are very similar lists then.
Yeah.
To an extent. I mean, we've both got Guardians of the Galaxy, Infinity War, and Ragnarok.
Yes.
And then, yeah. I respect. There's nothing on your list where I would go, really?
No, I think like the only thing I'd be like, are you serious? If that was on your list, if it was like Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
It'd be like, you're just one of those posers. They're like, actually, this movie's pretty good. You just need to look.
I don't hate Iron Man 2, you know?
No, me either. But if you say it's one of the best MCU
yeah,
movies
no,
ever,
I get that. I get that. I
feel
like
wrong.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Everybody's
that was Shay the Film Kid 2, by the way.
Yes, Shay the Film Kid 2. Excellent question. And also excellent question to Eliezer Dansker.
Yes.
I don't know if I said that right. Okay, so asked by I'm Batman 28.
We've got Batman listening to our podcast?
No, we got Batman 28.
Oh.
That was a close one. Yeah,
okay.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
Number 1 is Bruce Wayne. Number 2 is Dick Grayson. It just keeps going on.
Yeah, whoever's 28 now. So, Harlan, what is your favorite aspect of Prisoners? And Dean, what is your favorite aspect of Baby Driver?
So before I answer this question, I was just going to say that yesterday I was like, I'm going to watch a movie. What movie should I watch? And I was going through Netflix. I saw Prisoners and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to watch this. And then I was like, I don't actually have 2.5 hours to spare. I need a movie that's like sub 2 hours. So I watched John Wick instead, but I was this close to watching Prisoners.
How'd you like John Wick?
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. I like that movie.
It's just not my kind of movie, you know. But I'm not saying it was bad in any way. I did definitely enjoy it, and I thought Keanu was very good in it.
Yes, he was very good in it. I have that movie on Blu-ray. I love that.
I've got it on DVD, and I've got number 2 on DVD as well. So I'll watch number 2 at some point as well. Anyway, back to the actual question from the 28th Batman.
So if I had to, without spoiling anything from Prisoners,
yes,
I think my favorite aspect of it is like the ride of the movie, trying to figure out the whole mystery and like trying to figure out what the big finale is going to be is my favorite part of it. And I think just that first watch, the first experience I had with it is like, I remember it vividly.
Yeah, we should clarify that Prisoners is Harlan's favorite movie and Baby Driver is mine.
Yes. Well, favorite movie with quotation marks.
Yeah. So my question to you is your first watch of Prisoners your favorite watch of it?
Yes.
Is it?
I still thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah.
But
I just think there are some movies which like you enjoy way more the first time, and there are some which just get better the more you watch it. And I'm not saying one way is better than the other, because some of my favorite movies ever are I feel like The Truman Show. That's my second favorite movie ever. I don't think that movie's ever going to be as good as my first watch. I'm never going to enjoy it as much. But I feel like I do keep enjoying Baby Driver more because just Edgar Wright put so many small details into it.
Well, see, what's kind of interesting about this movie is the first watch, I was obviously paying attention to the characters, but I was also like in my own world trying to piece the puzzle together.
Yeah, you can't focus on everything at once.
Right, but after that, like you said, like one movie's like the first watch is like the best and the rest aren't as good. But and then there's other movies where they get better with every watching. It's a little bit of both. I'll go as far to say.
I get that. But the first watch of a movie is always very different to all the rewatches because there is just the uncertainty.
Right.
So my favorite thing about Baby Driver would have to be the soundtrack and not like the actual individual choices of the songs, but how it's utilized and how it's like synced up to everything that happens in the movie and how all the different songs match with all the different scenes. It's just how the soundtrack is used, I would say.
The Baby Driver soundtrack is like a soundtrack that I would never listen to that music if it hadn't been for that movie.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's true of like Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that, where the soundtracks are the best, where it's like songs you don't know.
Yeah.
But like
definitely.
Now I know them. Like now I know all the songs on Baby Driver's soundtrack just because I've listened to it.
So yeah. Thank you for your question.
That's a good question.
28th Batman. Okay. Asked by Proof Gaming.
Oh, he's clearing his throat for this one.
A little rhyme, I guess it's time. Dean, have you ever met the Queen of England? Harlan, are you always vibing? Because you seem to be trying. How did you guys meet? Did you meet trying to get candy from Old Man Pete? Okay, this actually makes sense. Do you play any instruments? If so, which one? See you on the podcast.
You hear us on podcasts, Proof Gaming, unless you're watching it on YouTube. That argument doesn't really work. So let's Dean, piece this together one by one. Have I ever met the Queen of England? No. I know quite a few people that have met her, but I feel like Americans it's a joke that Americans think that everyone's met the Queen and everyone in England knows each other.
That's a funny joke. Am I always vibing? Because you seem to be trying.
I feel like you're a vibing fellow.
I vibe sometimes. Other times I do not vibe. It depends on how good my video did that day.
Okay, that's funny. How did we guys meet? It was actually quite a romantic story. I was walking down the street and I tripped over and Harlan catched me. And that moment when we locked eyes, we knew we were podcast soulmate. That's the name. Basically, he followed me on TikTok and then I followed him on TikTok.
And I was like, actually, for a long time, my goal on TikTok was for you to follow me.
Was it actually?
Yes. Like every day I went to my girlfriend. I'm like, today's the day.
Did you actually say?
Yes. For the longest, you can ask her.
I will now.
And I showed her this podcast. I'm like, I'm gonna follow this British guy. He's going to follow me. And then when you did, I literally went and like, Dean followed me back.
That is the cutest thing I've ever heard.
And then I'm like, oh, now I have to talk to this guy. And then now we're here. So that's how we met.
So fun. But yeah, I don't even remember what the first video of yours I would have seen. It was definitely fun facts, but I could not tell you what movie it was.
If it wasn't, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah. It wasn't like fun facts about Baby Driver or something. You weren't like, I'm going to make this video and Dean's going to see it. Yeah.
No, there is a legitimate chance.
It could have been Baby Driver.
I'm pretty sure. No, I posted Baby Driver and I'm like, for the sole purpose of I hope this gets to him. 100%.
Oh, Harlan, that's such a I love that. It's made my day.
Do you play any instruments?
I did. I mean, I tell people I play the guitar, but I don't play the guitar well.
I used to play trumpet.
Did you?
In high school.
Trumpet's a good I always think it's very interesting what instruments people used to play, because like guitar, piano, drums, stuff like that. But then trumpet is like mid-tier, but then there's weird instruments that people play and you're like, why did you start playing that instrument? I just find stuff like that interesting.
I played trumpet from 5th grade to senior year.
Yeah. See, I did study. I told Harlan this just before we started. I did study music technology. Well, I only
was that a class in high school?
Yeah. So it's kind of it was partially to do with the tech of it, like how microphones work and stuff like that. And then it's partially just making music on digitally and recording music and stuff like that.
You got it.
And you don't need to know how to play any instruments to do that, clearly, because I don't. But you do need to have like some music theory, which I just got my girlfriend to do for me because she's very musical.
There you go. Yeah, I played trumpet for 7 years. I sucked the entire time. I was never good at trumpet.
That's why you were no good at it. You're supposed to blow. If you're sucking it, nothing's gonna.
Dude, I wish my band teacher would have told me. That was really good. That was really good. You should be proud of that one.
I saw the opportunity, seized it.
Okay, moving on. Asked by Heisenberg Diesel, if you were a director, which movie would you make first?
I saw that question. I don't.
I think less of like just like the preferred genre for your first movie.
Yeah, and if you,
like if I was to make a movie, I wouldn't make my first one like a Blade Runner spinoff.
Would you want to make a Blade Runner spinoff?
No.
You wouldn't make your second one a Blade Runner spin-off either.
Maybe
I just
my
don't want to
one.
make a Blade Runner spin-off, guys, okay?
If I had to make one, I think it would be like a mystery movie.
I was thinking murder mystery, and I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I know like you have a slight distaste for the genre, but maybe like a coming to age story I think would be quite good as a film.
Yeah, that could be.
But then I think you have to do something interesting with it, because like every second movie is a coming of age. Every movie is a coming of age movie in some way.
Yes, for sure. I don't have like a distaste for coming. Like I can respect a coming of age movie, but hey, don't you dare. What's the word? Never mind. I'm too stupid to think of the word. I'm American. Okay. Anyways,
that was easy.
Yeah, a murder mystery, because those you can keep it small and you can keep it interesting.
Yeah, I think murder mysteries. Yeah.
Not to say that murder mysteries are easy.
Yeah, but I think my murder mysteries are quite like script writing. Like actually direct. I mean, the question here is he's saying what movie do you want to direct? But if we're writing it, then a murder mystery would be like a murder mystery is probably like the second hardest thing to write behind comedy in my mind.
Well,
it's like making a mystery that's actually like, because I feel like murder mysteries have to make a balance between being solvable but not being like too solvable. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think I would go as far to say is murder mysteries are the hardest things to write.
Would you? Harder than comedy?
Because the thing about comedy is like with comedy, if you got a funny cast at least,
a
lot of it will come out on set.
What about Holmes and Watson? That's got a funny cast.
How do I leave the call?
No, that's a good point, actually. That's a good point. I think I got that confused with something I always say, which is comedy is the hardest thing to act. I think it's hardest to do comedic performances from someone who's not an actor.
Well, I mean, I did school plays a lot, and I think the thing that I succeeded in most was like the comedy things.
Yeah, I think being like genuinely like funny could be a lot. It depends what the performance. If it's just like
it is,
anyone can stand there and say lines and just be like a serious guy. I mean, like anger and sadness is a different thing. It just depends. I think I'm not saying like Will Ferrell and Holmes and Watson did a better job than someone in a dramatic movie. I was gonna say I was gonna say Jim Carrey in The Truman Show, but he is a comedic actor.
I think when it comes to acting, at least, I think the hardest thing isn't like the funny bits, but I think it's like how we're talking right now, doing that rehearsed, because it sounds natural. Yeah. But if you told me to say a certain line to you right now, naturally, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, that
I'm
makes
a terrible
sense.
actor.
It's an interesting question.
Okay, moving on. This kind of ties in, so this one we might go through quickly.
Yeah.
But asked by Beans Films.
Did you ask this? I know Beans Films. I know him. He's not me. Beans Films made a video where he said the funniest people, and the first person in the video was me, and then the fourth person on the video was Paul Rudd.
So, yeah, I saw that list and I wasn't on it. So
I think I sent it to you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. And
I did tell Beans Films that I sent it to everyone. I'm just like, guys, look, I'm funny.
And when I saw that, when I saw that, I was waiting for my name to pop up, and then it didn't. And I was like, why the fuck did he send me this?
I'm just rubbing it in, you know. You don't, I mean, in the nicest way possible, you don't. I actually know your videos are quite funny. I was about to say your videos aren't designed to be comedic, and I was like, no, they definitely are.
Okay, well, whatever. Moving on.
I feel like your videos are you reacting to comedic things.
Yes, that's true.
No, I think, yeah. But like most of my videos aren't supposed to be funny. Just sometimes I'm like, I'm going to make a dumb video.
Ding gang. Anyways, what is your favorite movie genre?
The Dean gang.
Oh, Sting.
I hate it. I don't like it.
Oh, you don't like? Oh, well, now that I know that, I'm going to weaponize it. Anyway, what is your favorite movie genre and why?
This was done by Beans Films, and we're just getting to the question. So Harlan's is coming of age. Mine, I'm joking. Sorry. What do you think my favorite genre is? Next time we do a Q&A, we should just try and answer for each other and then just correct each other.
I would go to say chick flick. I think Mean Girls is like your secret obsession.
To be fair, I have a guilty pleasure. I don't feel guilty about it for rom-coms. I love a good rom-com.
Rom-coms, they're fine, but Mean Girls is a really good movie. I'll fight anybody on that.
Mean Girls is good. My favorite genre is I want to say like psychological horror, but not like, I don't know how to describe it, because there are movies that like fit into this genre. Like The Truman Show is kind of like I like horror movies, but they're like just, I don't know. I don't know what
like my favorite thrillers, kind of like,
yeah, kind of like thrillers, but not.
You don't like slasher flicks.
No.
I get what you mean. Like, I'm trying to think of one. Like
The Truman Show is the only one I think of.
Prisoners is kind of like a psychological thriller.
Stop trying. I'm never gonna watch.
No, I'm being honest. I'm trying to think of.
I'm gonna watch it.
And like Split is kind of like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I'm not a massive fan of Split. It's fun. It's good. I don't know what my favorite genre is. If we're counting animation, I might say animation, because there's some amazing.
Well, I haven't answered this question yet. It just occurred to me. I would probably go to say like mystery, but like psychological thriller. I would go to say.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
But I like all types of movies. But like when I see one of those, I'm like, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
like this.
I always say there's no such thing as a bad. I really believe there's no such thing as a bad genre.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's just things as bad movies.
Yeah. Maybe besides coming of age. Just kidding. Anyways, moving on. Asked by Alex Winter Genosith. Do you find it a coincidence that both DC and Marvel are starting to explore the multiverse in different realities?
Yes.
You do think it's a coincidence?
Yeah. I think so.
I think so too, but I also wouldn't be surprised if like they had an insider and like DC was like, what's Marvel doing next?
Yeah.
And they're like,
I feel like the reason DC are doing multiverse is, number one, they're kind of already doing multiverse, because they're like, oh, the Batman happens in this universe, and they're not. It's not multiverse until it crosses over, I suppose. But I think they just went, I want Michael Keaton to be in this movie.
Yes, and I think
that's where the idea has come from. I think the Flash script has been written around
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
I think a part of it for DC also is them like, all right, we gotta figure out a way to restart all this.
Yeah, that too. But also, we don't know how much of the Flash is parallel universes and how much of it is time travel.
This is true.
Because I feel like it's parallel universes, but we don't know that for sure. And I
feel,
and for Marvel, it is literally just the natural next step. After Infinity War, what do? You go into parallel universes.
Yeah, 100%. So, yes, we do find it a coincidence.
Kevin
Alex.
Feige runs both of them. And for some reason, I mean, if he runs both of them, why would he do the same idea at the same time?
He's not a very smart guy, so I wouldn't put it past him.
Wow.
I'm kidding, of course.
Okay. Next question.
Asked by
A desolate soul.
A desolate soul. What movie/movie scene left the biggest impact on you?
Biggest impact. So it's not what's best. It's what
Yeah.
I was going to make a video about like my favorite scenes in cinema, and then I never finished writing the list. So I don't have something I can look at now.
I would go to say...
I always think of the ending of The Truman Show. Because I really love the conversation the director and Truman have. But I don't like that. That might be my favorite scene in all of cinema. But I don't know if I'd go as far as to saying that scene left the biggest impact on me.
I would say there's a couple things. Because I'm trying to think. Right. Like the ending of the first Spider-Man movie when like the theme is at like 100% and he jumps onto the American flag.
Yeah.
It's like awesomeness.
Yeah, maybe just because the American flag's there, obviously. I know what you're like. He was telling me about how much he loves America and hates
British.
Somewhere else. I was just gonna go every other country and then
you know how we roll. And then the other one is when the mom dies in Finding Nemo. Because or another scene from Finding Nemo, I'll get into that later. Because that was my childhood movie. You know how like every kid had like a childhood movie? But my mom always skipped that part. So it wasn't until like age 12, 14-ish. Keep in mind, I've seen the movie like 25 times.
Yeah.
That I knew the mom died.
Wow. That's interesting.
Or the shark scene. Shark scene made me crap myself when I was a little kid.
Yeah, I don't know because I'm trying to think of a movie scene that's changed my life. And off the top, and I feel like there's definitely going to be one that's like subconsciously.
Right.
But I don't think there's any scene where I've gone, changed my life around. I am becoming a heist getaway driver.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll go as far to say, have you ever seen Good Will Hunting?
No.
Well, there's a very emotional scene at the end with Matt Damon and Robin Williams. And I think that may have been one of the first movies where I'm like, this is really good.
Yeah. Well, maybe then the ending of Truman Show is my answer, because then that would have changed my life, because that was the first movie when I kind of like got into, because I've always been a fan of movies, but that might be the first movie afterwards I started thinking about movies, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So maybe I could say that scene. And
I don't know I necessarily have that one movie.
I'm looking at my list of top 50 movies in hopes that there's going to be one on here. I'm like, oh yeah, that one.
Okay, well, when you're looking at that one and you're thinking about that scene, I'm going to ask you another question.
The answer is no, pretty much.
That's a very strange
The Last Jedi. Question. That movie did leave a big impact on my life because asked I shouted about it.
Asked by Jar Jar 241. Oh, Jar Jar. Huh. What's your favorite mystery film of all time?
Knives Out.
Okay.
You know, if we talk about Last Jedi, Rian Johnson, you know.
God.
You must. You're a Knives Out fan, though, aren't you? I think we've had this conversation.
I know. Before. I just love poking fun at the whole Last Jedi thing.
For everyone, he doesn't hate the Last Jedi as much as we both put on.
But it's just fun. So, whenever somebody says Rian Johnson, I go, ugh. I don't hate the guy.
I really want Peyton, who was our first guest ever on this T-shirt.
You got there, bud?
He was the first guest ever on this podcast. He has a T-shirt which says, it's like the Star Wars sky, and it just says written and directed by Rian Johnson. And he's just got that on a T-shirt, and I really need to get myself that T-shirt.
I want to get one, but it's like written and directed by J.J. Abrams.
You know that don't like. Does anyone really say J.J. Abrams is their favorite director?
No.
I feel like that's me going, John Watts is my favorite director. Nothing against them. They're just bland, you know?
Yeah, they agreed. But what's your
what is your favorite mystery?
Either Prisoners or Knives Out.
That's good solid answer. Okay. On to Marvel Interviews, who is a great TikToker. Go check him out.
Oh, you want me to say it?
You're asking the questions, mate.
What's your dream job? A film critic?
What is my dream job? Is your dream job TikTok full-time, Harlan?
No. It's my most potential dream job.
Yeah.
Like if I won't be able to go full throttle, but if I did, I maybe might be able to make it into a career. But it's not my dream job.
What is your dream job?
My dream job would probably like something in directing or acting or something like that.
Yeah. See, I don't know what my dream. It would definitely be in film, in like the film industry. But I don't know if it would be in making films.
Or
maybe like film journalism or maybe even film critiquing, but I don't know if I'd want to be in like the actual making movie business. I don't know.
How come?
But I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if me saying that it's just internally me going, oh, I'm never going to be able to do it. So.
Oh, okay.
So I think know.
You might be able to have a way better chance than me because I don't know if you have listened to things I said, but most of the things I say are half-baked. And that's because I don't think very critically most of the time.
But I feel like everyone's opinions are just...
That's true.
Combinations of everything they've heard in the past, I think.
You
are being too hard on yourself. You definitely know about film.
I do, but like I'm saying, like when I try to make I've written so many things where I'm like trying to critique something, and I'm like, this is nothing.
But that's what I think whenever I write something.
Well, your ideas are very good. Now that we're throwing compliments at each other,
I think everyone is just faking it.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's fair.
So I think you're giving yourself a hard time.
But is your dream job a film critic?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
I'd go film journalist because I think I'd really enjoy to be one of the people who like interviews all the movie stars and everything like that.
Like that one British guy.
And then talking about them.
Yeah.
Maybe a combination of the two in some way.
That could definitely be fun.
Yeah.
So kind of bouncing back to what we were talking about earlier, asked by Darth Kenobi, 3 least favorite Star Wars films and why?
This is easy for me. Episode 1, Episode 2.
Is this going from number 3 to number 1 worst?
Oh, I'm not ranking them.
Okay.
If I don't. Okay, my 3 worst are 1, 2, and 9.
1, 2, and 9.
Yeah. And if I had to rank them, 1 is definitely the best out of those 3. Phantom Menace is definitely the best. And I do change my mind on Rise of Skywalker and Attack of the Clones quite a bit. But I feel like Attack of the Clones is worse. Attack of the Clones is worse, but Rise of Skywalker upsets me more. Because I feel like that one should have been better. I mean, they both should have been better, but you know what I mean.
See, I don't know. Like a part of me just wants to put Last Jedi on there for like
to annoy me.
Just to annoy you, but like it's not. Maybe it's like number 4, but I wouldn't go as far as it's, but like I don't like number 9 isn't bad. It's just like forgettable.
I feel I think
because like if I'm looking at it like in the grand scheme of things, in like 20 years, people aren't going to look at episode 9 and be I look forward to seeing this movie. It's just going to be what it is.
I think it's definitely true. It's kind of like how people like the prequels now and nobody did back then.
Exactly.
I feel like people are going to eventually like the sequels. I think as a standalone movie, episode 9 works, but as a part of the as the epilogue of the Star Wars saga, I think it really didn't work.
Yes, it didn't. I'm with you there, but neither did 8. So I would go, if I'm ranking them best to worst, probably 9-2-1. No, 9-1-2.
9-1-2. So you think 2 is better than 1? Oh no, sorry, you're doing the opposite.
No,
You're
2
doing
is the
best to
worst.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 2 is the worst. Phantom Menace at least had to do with the fates at the end.
Yeah, I think we can agree. Duel of the Fates.
And episode 9 is way better than either of those.
I didn't. You're kind of convincing me. Now I'm actually. I don't know. Oh, I don't know because I just. No, I think you're right actually because there are really good moments in Rise. Like I love the duel, on the Death Star, and then I really like the scene with Han Solo.
You see, because it's just like you gotta. It's super easy to just like be like, no, screw that movie. It made me upset.
Yeah, no, you're right, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I think you're right. I think it is better than the other two. If we're counting Star Wars: The Clone Wars movie, that's in the bottom 3.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't.
Yeah. I like the Clone Wars TV show, but I don't like that movie.
Oh, you know what? I want to. When we're on this topic, I want to stop people talking about how good episode 3 is because it's not crazy good.
Thank you. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and you just threw me in a ditch in front of jumpers and British accents, and then just because he said it's one of his favorite. No, you're right.
Because like it's one of those things where I don't know about you, but that was like my go-to Star Wars movie growing up.
Same.
But like looking at it, like the last third of it, pretty good.
Yeah. No, you're right. And this is the thing. I've rated enough Letterboxd accounts in my time. And the Star Wars movie that would appear in the most top 4s is Revenge of the Sith. And even if it's your favorite Star Wars movie, I just don't understand how it's like one of your favorite movies of all time.
Because like
definitely nostalgia. And no, because if I say it's definitely nostalgia, I'm just saying, oh, you guys are just blinded by nostalgia, and I actually know the truth, which is unfair because obviously people can enjoy things.
But obviously we have a little bit of hypocrisy here because both you and me have stated that like in our Letterboxd top 4 doesn't mean it's the best film,
favorite.
But it's
that's
favorite.
True. That's true. It's favorite. It does say favorites. It doesn't say best.
However, there are communities. The group of the Star Wars community has gone to the same place of saying like this is one of the best Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
And I would go to say that episode 7 is better than that.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. The entirety of the original trilogy is definitely better, I think.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Lightning 64 Shadow asked, pointing over to Harlan, because I'm not asking any of these questions.
How tall are you guys?
I'm this tall.
And I'm, say, around this tall.
For those who are listening on audio-only mediums, we both stood up.
Yeah.
I used to say I was 6'1", and I got measured recently, and that was incorrect, and I'm actually like 6 foot and half an inch.
I'm 5'8", but I'm super close to 5'9", so I tell people I'm 5'9" because that means guess how many inches tall I am.
69.
69.
We've had this conversation before, and I don't think it was recorded.
Me either.
I remember having this conversation.
I'm glad we got it out of the way.
Yeah. Because yeah.
And next, asked by Layla Jane, what's your favorite sitcom? Now, I thought this was a good question because you have different sitcoms than I do.
I mean, but my favorite sitcom is probably American.
What's your favorite sitcom?
Maybe I think I would have to go with Parks and Rec.
Oh, right. Whenever I think of sitcom, I think of the laugh track.
But like this
one
is
camera.
Just a modern sitcom, isn't it?
Right. I mean, Parks and Rec, that is a really good one. I think if we're going modern sitcom, either Brooklyn Nine-Nine
Good one.
or The Office.
The Office is also good. I think I'd go if you're asking me my English opinion, I would say Gavin and Stacey is the best English sitcom, and that's the one I told you about last week in Holmes and Watson, which James Corden wrote with someone called Nick Jones.
And just for people who didn't listen to it, what's that about?
It's Gavin and Stacey fall in love over the phone, because this was before mobiles were a big thing and the internet was around. And one of them lives in Essex and one of them lives in Wales, which, for those who don't know, is like a 3, 4, 5 hour drive away. And it's like both their families meeting. And it's not very long. There's maybe 3 series and there's maybe like 6 episodes in a series. So there's probably like 20 episodes overall, but it's very funny.
Is that like a is it like a traditional sitcom, or is it like
There's no laugh track, no. But I know English ones have laugh tracks. Laugh tracks are an American thing. I don't think.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I can't think of any that have laugh tracks.
But like movie shows that look like that multi-camera.
Yeah, but it's like kind of worse quality. Maybe most. I think that's just the year it was made. And like the houses aren't sets like Friends or whatever. They're actual houses.
Oh, okay. See, like if I had to go with like my traditional sitcom, like Friends or Big Bang Theory, I'd probably go How I Met Your Mother. Ever seen that one?
It's my girlfriend's favorite. I've seen a bit of it.
It's pretty good.
I'm scared to go into it because I know the ending's bad.
The ending is really bad.
So I'm scared to start watching it because these things anger me.
It'll probably make you cry. How Met Your Mother would probably make you cry. So it's good. I say it's worth it.
I'll think about it. I am currently on the lookout for a new show to watch. So.
Okay. So
something else I was going to mention to you, because I've made quite a few TikToks about this now, and I wouldn't call it a sitcom, but as we're talking about English television, one of my greatest loves in the world is a TV show called Taskmaster.
Like
I have a
Marvel character
thing from it here. Taskmaster.
Never heard of it.
And they did do it an American version, and it was very bad, and they cancelled it.
Oh, it's a British game show.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's honestly, I don't know if I can. Basically, it's like a group of 5 comedians, and the 5 comedians stay for the entire series, and they have to do tasks, and then the taskmaster judges them on the tasks, and at the end of the series, there's one big winner, and it's very
interesting.
Funny. I've seen like 4 or 5 episodes live.
Huh.
And it's very good.
Well, we have Wheel of Fortune. So.
Yeah, and then we've got Wheel of Fortune UK. Or do we? No. No, we don't. We have Family Fortune. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, Family Fortune.
For most of, actually, we most have our own. But Taskmaster isn't really like any other game show. It's not. I like calling it a game show. It's not.
It's categorized as a game show.
Yeah, but yeah, I kind of get it because I don't know what you'd categorize it as. But like, if you think of a game show, it's not like that. Like if you think about Family Fortune or whatever else you have, I was going to name some more, but I was going to be like Countdown and The Chase and Pointless and Tipping Point. Tipping Point is so bad.
All right. Calm down now, Dean. Wait, do you guys call season? So we call like. There's a number of episodes in a season. Do you guys call it series?
I know it changes. We do series and seasons. It's different. So for Doctor Who, for example, if we're talking about British things, so there's the 2 shows of Doctor Who. There's the classic one, and then there's the new one, which is like Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant. And if you talk about the old one has 26 seasons, but the new one has 12 series.
Why do they do that to you?
I don't know. But like it's kind of interchangeable.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like I guess they call certain things series in America, but we really just call them seasons. Like nobody calls anything a series in here.
Yeah.
At least from my experience.
Okay. So next question. I'm going to ask it this time, mixing it up a bit. I lost the question I was about to ask. Oh, this is a really good question. It's by Adesolate Soul, who did ask a question earlier on. So he's getting 2 questions in. Or she.
Wow, what a
lucky them. What are your favorite coming of age movies and why? Because we know how much I love coming of age movies.
We go B movie.
I was gonna go Ferris Bueller, if that counts.
No, does he change in it at all?
I mean, no, but his friend does.
Oh, well,
I don't know. We talked about the way back. I enjoyed that a lot. Hunt for the Wilder People would be my answer. That's my actual answer. I feel like that counts.
I started it at like 2:00 in the morning. Forgot to pick it back up.
But then, like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that's kind of coming of age. It's coming of age. It's kind of a weird genre to.
It is. I'll go Spider-Man. Well, I guess Spider-Man, the first one. That's coming of age, right?
Yeah. So that's coming of age. Okay. This may be the last question. It may not be, but this is from another good TikToker who, well, he's actually a YouTuber, but he's on TikTok and he's another mutual of mine. And he's Nalbis. I've now realized I've never said this out loud. It's Nalbis. Please, can you private message me if I'm saying that wrong? And if you're actually listening, he says, "Yo, fellas, my question for the podcast is, where did your love for films begin? Was it when you were much younger or was it something quite recent?" And I did kind of mention this earlier on.
So yours was a Truman Show?
I don't know, because I've always watched a lot of movies. And maybe I got a this is an English thing, a Cineworld Unlimited card, when you can go to the cinema however many times in a year for free. And I feel like that might have been it, because then I went to watch a lot of movies I wouldn't have watched otherwise.
Right.
Because usually I would have gone and watch Transformers, and not Transformers. I would have gone and watched like Star Wars and Marvel and stuff like that. But this made me watch a lot of movies I wouldn't watch otherwise. Like Baby Driver. I wouldn't have watched Baby Driver if I didn't have this card, probably. And I feel like that might have been why it started. And that was like 4 years ago, maybe a bit longer.
I think for me, it was kind of gradual.
Yeah, like, no, I think it was gradual for me as well.
Like ever since I was like 2 years old, I've always loved Spider-Man. And so like the movies have always been like close. So like movies have always been a part of my life. But I was very fortunate, and my dad also really likes movies. Yeah. So from like a very young age, him and like my grandpa too have like subjected me to good movies and like molded my brain to just enjoy movies.
Yeah. That's nice. Okay.
Like I think I watched Taxi Driver when I was 11. So like
I think we can do one more question. We're like a bit over 50 minutes.
All right. Yeah, one more question.
Maybe I might change my mind after that and edit that out.
I swear to God.
Okay. What is the best villain in superhero history? Should we stick with only like movies and TV?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the answer is obvious.
Are you thinking?
I'm not thinking Marvel.
Joker, Heath Ledger, yeah. Joker.
Yeah. Well, I would just go to
just the Joker in general.
Yeah, the Joker in general.
But then I'd have to include Jared Leto, and I'm like, he completely ruins it for everyone.
No, he does not.
That's a joke. Joker, close second for me. If we're talking about just one guy doing it all by himself, Anthony Starr as Homelander.
Oh,
that is incredible to me.
Yes,
he is incredible.
Maybe no.
Who's your favorite Spider-Man? Is it Willem Dafoe?
My favorite Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire.
No, I obviously not. Willem Dafoe is my favorite Spider-Man. Who's your favorite Spider-Man villain?
My favorite Spider-Man. I like Sandman.
Sandman's a good choice. I respect that. You know, you've gone up in my estimations, Harlan. I used to think you were some.
Sandman, I think, is a really cool villain, and
I think like he might be my favorite in the Raimi trilogy. I think overall, you probably won't like this, but I really like Vulture.
I don't mind Vulture. I like.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying you'd be like, oh, but this guy's way better. Willem Dafoe's a better Spider-Man than he is at Vulture.
Wow. No, Vulture's good. I really like that twist in the.
I feel like that's such an underrated twist.
Yeah, I did.
Because when I watched that, it shocked me, and I was
I think I gasped in the movie theater.
No, yes, so did I. But then the genius of a good twist, I always say, is it shocked you, but then like on a rewatch, you're like, oh, this is not like out of left field. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah,
like
because he talks about his family.
It surprises you, but it's reasonable. You're not like, oh, this doesn't make any sense.
I like that twist.
Yeah. So do you want to do another question or not? Are we just going to keep?
Let's do one more question. Let's see. If I can find a good one.
This is actually the final question. Definitely this time.
Yes.
If definitely. It's a bad question. Someone asked, no, I'm just going to quickly answer this one. Someone asked, have you ever met in real life? No. I haven't. I've known Harlan for maybe a few months, and we live very far away. Plane tickets are about £500, and COVID is a thing. I'm not going to dirty America. That was a joke.
Okay, I got our final question.
Gone.
You might be mad at me for this. Demir asks, can you guys rank the Cars trilogy?
I'm not mad at you for that, and I feel like that's quite an easy ranking to do. I hope
you think
we're
so?
in agreement. Can we say it in sync?
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
1, 3,
2. Okay. Woo!
I feel it's quite simple.
It is. 1 is good. I like the first Cars movie. 3 is fine.
And 2 is bad.
Yes.
Tune in for Silver Lining 1 week when we talk about that movie, probably. But that's your reaction to literally every bad movie. I feel like that is less bad than we go, let's watch Cats, Harlan.
Dude, you're not wrong. So I take that one.
But we have to do Cats at some point, but I don't want to.
It will definitely happen, but not for a while, because we just did Holmes and Watson.
Yeah, and also like Artemis Fowl is such a painful movie to watch. I know you haven't watched it, have you?
I have not.
It's so bad. There's a bit where, do you know Judi Dench?
Yeah.
She speaks in a really bad Irish accent and like a really deep voice, all movie. And there's a bit where all these spaceships land and then one of the doors open and Judi Dench walks out. She goes in her like deep Irish accent. She goes, top of the morning to ya. And it's the worst scene, if anything, in the history of the world.
Full transparency, I haven't seen Cats either.
Yeah, I knew you hadn't seen Cats.
So I'm not looking.
To be honest, if you've seen the trailers for the Cats, just imagine watching that trailer like 60 times in a row, and that's the movie. That is literally it.
I mean, that is.
Oh, man. Like if you put a gun to my head and said, Dean, tell me the plot of Cats, or I'll kill you, I would be like, pull the trigger. I have no idea what happens in that movie. There's a bunch of cats and they sing songs and that's it. I have no idea what happens in that movie.
I mean, to be fair, that's the play too.
Yeah, but like I have no idea what the actual thing is. You could literally just take the scenes out of that movie, rearrange them in a random order, and I probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference because I just don't understand the plot of it.
Sorry, guys, I got Dean started on Cats again.
Sorry, yeah. I don't feel like Cats is going to make me as angry as other movies will, so. But like,
I think we deserve like a Suicide Squad type of movie next. Yeah. Like one where we can actually find good things about it.
Yeah. No, you're right. I think we agreed on that in the actual episode.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
And I still don't know what Guest Best we'll be talking about next week, but
we'll find out.
Yeah. You'll find out as well. Anyway, I'm just dragging this on for longer than needed.
Yeah, more things for you to edit, so it's okay. All right, well, we'll wrap it up here then, right, Dean? Adios, everybody.
Goodbye. Yeah.
Oh, wait. It's a spicy meatball.
Mamma mia, my answer to the question is... I'm glad. Woo! I'm disappointed that no one asked, what's your favorite accent or something like that. That would have been a good question, guys. That's how you prove. If someone walks up to you and go, oh, I love your podcast, and then I'll go, what do we do every episode? What's the dumb thing we do? And if they can't answer, I'm just walking away and I'm not talking to them.
Yes, they are. They mean nothing to us.
Yeah, I'm like, what do we do every episode?
Besides the Holmes and Watson one.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No.
We did do it.
We did do it.
I edited it in. Don't you worry. Can
Okay,
people get... I'm keeping this in. Tidbit for everyone. The Italian accent was edited in after we finished recording Harlan when we didn't do the Italian accent. So we re-recorded it. Not the entire episode. We re-recorded we recorded an Italian accent bit and I put it in about halfway through.
I actually only watched like 20 minutes of the podcast.
Nice, good job. Good job. Did you get to the bit where I screamed? No, that's like 35 minutes in. We've been talking for long enough. Adios.
I already said adios, so he doesn't count.
Are you revealing all our secrets this week? Goodbye. We'll see you next week when we have a guest and we talk about their best.
Oh, yes. Movie.
Yeah.
Their best movie.
So we'll see you then. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Adios, everybody.
You've already said adios.